Hello, welcome or welcome back. Just a quickie, a short little movement sequence I want to do together with you. I'm not going to specify what it's going to be, a little bit of a surprise, element of surprise to take the tension out of expectation. What you will need is floor, hard floor preferably, and 10 minutes. I want to keep it down to 10 minutes. Functional movement sequence. So please come to lie onto your front side. We will start on the front. Just flat on the stomach. Boom. Yes. Like this. Yes. And please really arrive on the floor. And I hope you, by now, or if you're new to the channel, you need to know what that means to arrive on the floor. So I'm not asking you to come down to the floor to do push-ups, but to arrive on the floor, to be on the floor. And you can draw a knee up or not, just like as if you were going to sleep. So for me this is easy because I did like autogenous training daily for over 10 years. So for me it's easy to come to the floor and relax and really take the tension out of the body as far as it's possible, but really try to arrive at the floor. And the more and more you relax, the more difficult it should be to start to move. And here we have like this rhythm, this time thing. So when are you ready to move? And this is also a thing you should, I recommend that you enable yourself to be able to feel. When are you ready to move and when you're not? And for this, I want to make this pause, this break, that you really come to the floor and you don't move, you just fly, you fly flat on the floor. Take out the tension, the expectation, and ask this question: when am I ready to move? And it might be longer, you might need to nap, but we have 10 minutes. We will start like the girl from Kill Bill, the one with the yellow Bruce Lee suit, with the toe. Maybe we will start with the right toe. So you're flat on the face. So I need to lift my head because of the microphone. So when I flat on the floor, you will not be able to hear me. So I'm going to lead you through the movement sequence. You're flat on the floor. And no matter where your face is turned, start to wiggle your right big toe. Start to move your right big toe up and down, and maybe you will notice the other toes are moving as well. And the second toe and the third toe, maybe you can feel it. Maybe you can, in your feeling, in your sensation, you can distinguish all 5 toes. And so you move the toes, you back flex and extend the toes, and maybe, yes, so, and you can take a pause and you can start again. I probably think you need to remember the sequence. So you can do that in bed when you have to get up early, but you're not ready yet, but you have to. So you can start with wiggling the toes, and you can be supine on the belly, on the back or on the belly, and you move your toes, and at some point maybe you need to rest, and then you need to start again, and you will feel that it's okay for you to move your ankle together with the toes, and the ankle will bend and flex either in the same direction or in the opposite direction as the toes. Or maybe you need a break, and maybe you start with the toes again, and then it starts again, and until you can really go through the whole range of movement that's available to your ankles, so that the ankles really move. And then you will notice you can angle your ankle more towards the small toe and more towards the big toe. And when you when you pull up your toes towards your shin or towards your knee, do that into the direction of your small toe, to the outside. So you're going to lock the joint. And then when you do this strongly, when you really pull up your toes and you really flex your ankle, then you will feel, oh yes, the leg will bend. And then extend your right leg. Extend your right leg until both legs are extended. And then start with your toes again. And maybe you have to roll your legs so that the toes are pointing outwards. So you can bend and extend your toes and flex your ankle, and you flex your ankle towards your small toe, and when you really flex the ankle, oh, your right knee will come up towards your right armpit, and maybe you want to turn your head to the right. Yes, and then we end up in this crawling position, and lengthen your left arm overhead. And you can also lengthen your right arm overhead. So we're in this crawling position. And then extend your right leg again. And rest. And then start to bend your toes. So the leg needs to roll so that your heel comes to the floor. The inside of your right foot is on the floor, and you bend your ankle, and when you really bend it, you lock the joint, and your right knee will come up. And then stay in this position. And then we do the same thing with the other leg. Start with bending the toes of your left foot. I like to do this with my legs hanging over the edge of my bed. But it's also possible to do that on the floor, to play with the toes and to bend the ankle and have the outside edge of your left foot on the floor. And at some point, does the ankle and the toes, do they bend together? At some point, when you really start to lock your left ankle with the outside edge more on the floor, and bend your ankle in the direction of the big toe. And you can feel that, you can feel the difference. If you bend it in the direction of the small toes, then it's going in the other direction. If you bend it in the direction of the big toe, you start to be able to bend your left knee, and the left knee bend your left knee, bend your left knee, bend your left knee, until you're in side lying. So now we are in side lying. And then extend your left leg again. Extend your left leg again. And extend your right leg again. So you're on the front side again. So we have these two movements. Bending the toes of the right foot and bending the right knee, and then bending the toes of the left foot and bending the left knee, and then you're inside lying. And the same way back. Do you remember which way to go back? And do this a couple of times until it's smooth. Yeah, so that's a fun movement. And your upper body needs to be flexible for this. The movement needs to be accommodated in your upper body, in the ribs, underneath your armpits. And the pelvis needs to be able to turn. That's a really nice movement you can explore on your own. And of course you can do it to the other side. So you start with wiggling the toes of your left foot and pull the toes up to the left little toe, so your leg bends to the left. And once you're in side lying, you can also do the same movements in a way that you come to lie on your back. And remember, it's leg work, yes, leg work. It's leg day, a leg day workout. You don't push with your hands and you don't push with your head backwards and with your shoulders. This would be possible too, but it's a leg workout, extension and flexion of your legs. So it's the legs that produce this movement. And it can be fun, it can be very enjoyable. Take your own time to do this, 11 minutes. I will continue a little bit. So the video is finished now. I will continue a little bit. So we have four parts to a circle. We did 1/4 of a circle, and you can explore the others. And you have to put it together in your head also. In your head, yes? Head work, thinking work. How did this work? You have to do the video again because you missed something. Or you explore what I meant with the legs. So until you know which leg to move first, and then the second leg, and how this turns your pelvis, and how this extends your hip joint, and how this twists your upper body, how this moves your head, how you roll your head, where you look, how you breathe. Everything can come together in one movement. And if you have children who cannot do this perfectly, you need to teach your children. Yes? Because children need the floor, and they need to be able to roll on the floor with near perfect mechanics. And of course, there's no limit to improvement. We can always improve. We can always improve something, at least. All right? So, my pleasure. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.